Let's think about that. Have you seen the super safety yet?
And we're live. What time is it? Good night, everyone. You're watching the Devil Drives Lada podcast. There we go.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I'm Jamie, your host.
Mhm.
What are you doing? And yeah, so we have a short but exciting episode for you guys today. We're talking about finally the front lines of Ukraine. We spent a whole 7 episodes so far, like leading up to it chronologically, and now we're here. We're basically going to pick up where we left off on the last episode, and talk about the first week on the front lines, and then we got a couple current events. I think really our only 2 headlining topics are Hamas getting turned to like the whole Gaza Strip being turned into the moon, looking like some craters, and New York is trying to force criminal background checks to purchase a 3D printer. So yeah, we're gonna talk
Wait,
about that.
what?
Some.
So you're saying I
Yeah.
can't 3D print my Hayasu Miku figurine?
The anime figurines are now banned per New York.
What?
Like I
Those
said,
darn tyrants.
That's it.
I'm your host, Jamie. I own a Ohana Arms. I spent almost 9 months in Ukraine.
Go get a drink.
I think about 6 of those were in a combat role.
I'll be out here.
I enjoy shooting, guns training, things like that. I teach people how to shoot, and I am joined by my friends today. We have a new face. Well, new to you guys.
Faces.
Face. Well, no, I mean they've all seen everyone else's face. Oh yeah, faces. And sorry. And yeah, so who's going next on the intro? We didn't plan the order today. This has been the most unscripted episode to date.
Wasn't that one that we were like, hey,
Well,
let's fill it
yes,
out in
then.
the
That
script.
actually has a topic. This is a remote, like, my document for this is like the whole topic is first week in Ukraine with no subtopics or details. So
Israel uses Doodle Bob pencil to erase war crimes. Like,
it's like scratch that. All right, who's going next? We're back to this again.
I
We're
phased
back.
out for a moment.
Same. What are we doing?
All right, Zach, introduction, go.
I'm a dude that likes guns, like almost autistic level amount of guns. I like music
Almost
and
autistic level.
self-prescribed medication
I
of
won't
lots
say
of guns,
anything.
lots of vitamin guns. I'm in the process of totally going in the direction of being a instructor. However, that's kind of on pause because we're having to uproot our lives here shortly. And I've just been friends with
Oh,
Jamie
no, I
for a
need
long
this.
time, and otherwise I play video games. That's about it. Yeah, blue
That's
collar
great.
life as well, but whoever wants to go next.
You're not telling me.
All right, my name is
Word.
Blake.
Okay.
I'm one of Jamie's best friends,
Right.
and professionally, I'm an European automotive mechanic, and guns and gear are just a hobby for me. So I'm here for moral support and to hang out with the boys.
Yeah.
My name's Chandler. I guess I'm more close to that. It's more of a hobby. I work on domestic cars.
It's Mopar, no car.
yeah,
Not
brother.
Chevrolet, man. Chevrolet. but
LS
it's a
swap
hobby.
the world.
Actually,
Exactly.
do LS Salt.
Traven, you work on poverty cars, okay?
Poverty cars? What do you mean? Since
As
when has a
in-
Kenworth or a Peterbilt or a fucking Freightliner been considered poverty?
Bro,
That's
you would
put an
buy
LS in
a
it.
Sienna just to throw in one of those fucking engines to haul
Put it-
booty.
First
Just put
off,
an LS in it, man.
would I do it? If I had money and the time to do it, I would do it just to see if it was possible.
Why?
We had a discussion.
I mean, screw it. Why not?
We had
Why not? Why not have a longitudinally mounted mid-engine fucking Sienna?
What are you
You telling me that would not be fucking tits?
we had a discussion before the podcast, and Traven was like, "Dude, so there's this Porsche Cayenne down the road, or that I'm really looking to get." And he's like, "It's $9,000,"
talking
and all 3 of us texts were like, "Nah, homie, don't do it." And he's like, fine. I was like, how about you just get like a BMW X5 or something? So that's a little bit cheaper than a Porsche to work on. And he was like, no, I'll just stick to a Suburban, bro.
With a supercharger.
Not
Forgot
with a
that part.
supercharger.
Yeah,
Nope.
so,
What?
No supercharger.
It
Bro,
is weak,
stage.
dude.
yeah,
Nah,
that's just
nah,
weak
nah, 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 nah.
poverty.
Okay,
No,
then
hear me
at
out,
that
hear
point,
me out.
just put a Duramax in it.
Hear me out. 5360, stage 3 cam,
6.0.
built heads, big
Yeah.
fucking turbo, no smaller than 86 millimeters. Bam, we're
But
done.
then you got
No,
he
you
got
can't
lag,
drive into
dude.
work.
I don't give a fuck. I got a Suburban that'll fucking cap your wherever the fuck you want to line up with. That's stock.
Man, I'll line my
He
truck
runs
up
out of
any
the
day.
And it'll look
parking
good. Hey, look. You said what?
I'll line my truck up any day. Against a 6.0 with a turbo, man,
Now he's
I will
actually-
run that thing to the ground.
Now he's
I
actually
mean,
gonna
actually-
go build it.
You guys
Alright,
know
when
like
it
those,
gets done, let me know.
I
You
mean,
guys-
I have half the parts.
Yeah, I got a built 6.6 already.
Oof.
I'll leave you in a cloud of smoke.
Wait, a
boy.
6.6 Dura? You want to sell
Yeah.
it?
No,
Mm,
it's too good to me.
We need your introduction, Traven.
Oh yeah,
Oh, hi. My name's Traven. I'm
And this is the
technically
Minority
not
Report.
a tech. We're not doing the Minority Report today. I got told that if I make one more diversity thing, they're gonna fire me.
that sounds like an HR.
I mean,
complaint.
Yeah, please.
You know, we
we
ain't
have
got
to
no.
stop saying out of. I mean, not we. You have to stop saying out of pocket things.
You just singled him out as the only person in here that's like in that demographic, dude. You can't do that. That's an HR complaint.
Yeah, that is an HR complaint. Zach, come with me. We're going to the HR office tomorrow. We're filing a complaint on this motherfucker.
HR said they don't care. Move on.
See, I make one comment about giving up pizza parties and going with fried chicken watermelon parties, and now I'm getting canceled. I don't understand this. Who doesn't like fried chicken and watermelon?
Me.
Like, fuck a pizza party. Let's get lit in this
Like,
bitch. Buy some
together?
Henny, get some
Or-
Bud Lights, get some fried chicken and some watermelon.
when and where?
See? But when I say that, they're like, hey, we're going to need you to tone it down a little bit. We understand that's how you guys get down, but
You
it
guys.
just doesn't fit our brand. It just doesn't fit our brand.
Traven's like, yeah, you people.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. My name's Trevin. I'm a friend of Jamie. I've known him longer than maybe
Why
two
did your
people in
voice
this group.
change?
Look, I'm code switching. Shut the fuck up.
Traven.
I've got a
It's not a
love
girl.
for
Hey.
poor people shit. So I drive a 2001 Tahoe with the
Stop
front
laughing.
bumper pent up. Yeah, stop
Mm.
laughing at me. Listen to her.
As long as you don't endorse PSA again on my stream.
First off, who's ever endorsed PSA?
Oh,
Fair.
excuse me. Maybe
My
it was
uncle.
Anderson. What was the poverty?
It was
tier?
Anderson. It wasn't Anderson. The poverty tier lower that's actually passable as okay is Anderson.
No. That is
Yes,
not
yes,
an opinion
yes.
of this
Yes.
podcast.
Unpopular.
Everything Traven says is an opinion of his own. It does not reflect this podcast.
Anderson is okay.
Can I go
No.
ahead and put that disclaimer out for me too?
It's not good. It's not great. It's okay.
It's not.
It'll get you there.
It's not.
It'll get you somewhere. It will get you somewhere. You'll get a few thousand rounds
All
out of
right,
it.
so
It'll be
in
okay.
today's episode, we're moving on. We're moving on from this. Like the most controversial thing I said last week was I talked about Travis Haley. And
Oh,
how
that
he
was
has
funny.
some bad hot takes. And
And
then
then I was like,
didn't-
"Hey, bring those up," and you were like, "This is bad. I can't find any right now."
The only one I could find, receipts for was him sending his son to the Marines or whatever. Which still,
Hey.
his caption was a bad take. I stand by that, but that was the only take I could find receipts for at the time. I would just like to say though, did we save the story? Tim Kennedy. So I think as a meme for this podcast, I'm gonna make like a pyramid meme of bro vets.
We need to do a drinking game of Brovet. Brovet.
Like at the at the like least cringe, we're gonna have like Travis Haley, and then the top is gonna be like Tim Kennedy, and then in between we're gonna fill it in with like people like Matt Best and like Jocko and like all these people. We're gonna like just put them in like this tier list of cringe.
Dude, I'm gonna be blasted just from Tim Kennedy, dude.
Oh, hey, one second.
Remember, guys,
Speaking about
Tim
Brovet,
Kennedy went to Israel to make it worse.
hey, speaking about Brovets, free my nigga Larry Vickers. Even though he pled guilty, he did nothing wrong.
Freaking
I
Larry.
don't know. I support.
What do you
I
support?
know nothing of the case. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I support it.
Yeah, free Larry. He did
support the
everything that
current
we would have
thing.
done. He
Guys,
did exactly
tell me what to
what we
think.
would have done.
Find one.
What's the case?
He got caught up in a machine guns possession case.
Oh, he's fine.
Nah, he pled guilty on it. He's indicted on 5 federal.
Where is Joe Jordan at?
He did
Joe
nothing wrong in my
Jorgensen?
eyes.
That's a
Where is
chick.
JoJo? Where is JoJo at?
I've got
Mama
the
Joe.
Hey,
Yeah,
where's
it's coming
Memester
up pretty
Spike
soon.
at too? You think she's gonna run again?
No.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what the candidates are going to be.
I was gonna say, I think it's more prevalent that what was his name? I can't remember the guy that currently does. He's been leading the Libertarian Party out west. I think he's more of a prime up there, and then maybe Spike will run again. But I don't know if Spike will, because I feel like Spike might feel like if he does do that, he's not going to be able to have as much time to go around like he's been doing everywhere else and helping, at communities and stuff like that. He's been doing a lot of work in North and South Carolina recently.
I don't know.
I love
think
Spike.
South Carolina's
Spike's
his
got
home
a great
state.
personality. I love Spike Conad. He's got a
dude,
great fucking personality, man.
The picture of Tim Kennedy and his Tech plate carrier you shared in our Instagram chat. The story's down.
I know. Because I was looking back, I'm like, what are these fucking fools replying to me about? And then
I was
able to at
wearing
least
his
put two together.
Tech plate
Yeah, I know.
carrier, and I was like,
In
this
Israel,
corporate
and-
shill.
He's like, exactly like this on TV. I'm just glad to be here, guys. With his tag, I'm pretty sure he didn't even have plates on it either.
I need to find I'm trying to find it right now. It's the
Oh God! Don't tell me
it's like the
text.
news. It's the like Fox News thing of him going to Israel, like his announcement that he's going or whatever. And literally the headline
Welcome
is
back.
Tim Kennedy goes to Israel to make things worse.
Tim Kennedy,
Nice.
Mike Dunn 2.0.
The top one, all I did
So-
was search up Tim Kennedy Israel, and it's or Israel was the first one that popped up, and there's just all of these things. MMA Mania apparently shared one of him.
Fucking Christ!
He's
Yeah.
wearing a helmet with no ear pro.
Yeah, this is not none of these are hot takes. But Tim Kennedy is the biggest like narcissistic corporate shill brovet. Like I don't care what his background was. One of my favorite. Somebody was like, "Well, why is he so narcissistic?" And he opened up one of his like little pop-up gun shops or whatever that one time. And literally, you look at the wallpaper, like the walls, and it's literally a wallpaper of like his face. Like it's literally just different pictures all the way around 360 of it, like him like posing in different ways. All right, we actually need to get on our on our main topic here. So last week we talked about getting to the front lines. I say last episode, and we talked about
last episode. You mean the episode after that? We went on our.
Oh, was the
JoJo
last?
Adventures, right?
Oh yeah.
The last one was
episode
JoJo
before
Adventures,
last. So I guess that was episode 6. We talked about basically driving to the front lines. And then when we get to the school that we were staying at, there were no kids in the school. I would like to add. But it was a former school, and we get there and they're like, hey, the Russians are coming, we need a team to go out. We get geared up, and then the line was able to hold, and we were safe. We lived another day at the front lines. So we're gonna pick up there. I have some pictures and videos ready to go. Shocker, I actually did my job this time.
Hell
and,
yeah.
Yeah.
guy deserves a promotion.
Nice.
So I know I just
Sorry,
lost
I
my
just got
scroll point
unmuted.
on.
So
Let's see.
Me
Strong,
too.
buddy.
yeah, this is
Me
my
too.
daughter, by the way, guys.
Whoa. Where's her
Welcome her to
balaclava?
the stream.
Name
Where's-
unmentioned. Huh?
She's
where's her
based, don't worry,
balaclava?
guys.
Yeah. I mean, stepdaughter for her clarification. Kind of hurt a little
Confirmed.
bit, not gonna lie.
Her 18th birthday, we're chipping in and buying her a foul. And
Hey, I never hurt people.
All right, you have a present for your 18th birthday party.
Foul.
You're eating a foul.
they're getting
With
her
an
a foul.
Yep.
Wait, she can,
Has to have
she can,
IRA Louis.
I'll teach you. It's fine.
with the IRA chick with
I'll
the
teach
ski
you, it's
mask and the
fine.
foul.
Yep.
All right, so
yep.
we'll quickly get
We're getting her
started off with
completely
some
based.
pictures. Let's see here.
Yeah,
Share
but
screen.
my daughter
Share
being here was
screen.
not precedented.
Hi.
But will you click right there for me? Oh, I clicked it. There you go. Let's look at that. Yes. You know what they're talking about.
I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Let's
Put
see.
your tongue in your mouth.
So this is our. We were getting ready to go. Can y'all see this?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
So we're getting ready to go out here. I
that?
think this will be our. I think this is our first day, or
Hang
this
on.
may have been when we were
Who's
getting
that?
ready.
Hold on.
When we first got there, and they were like, grab stuff to get ready because the front lines or they're pushing us.
I'm digging that scrim on that dude's helmet.
Oh yeah, so that's Elon. He was with us on a previous episode. This is not the best depiction of his face. He's his cheeks are not that large. Yeah, this must be when we first got there because I have a whole 145 round mag in my plate carrier. So yeah, this is Leeds. We've talked about him before. He's a Brit still over there.
No.
So yeah, and you can also see I do not even have anything in my RPG tube at the moment. I was yeah. Also, the Ultima drip. These Ultimas, I still have them. They're sitting on my shelf back there behind me. Okay, so
Give me that.
let's see. So the next day, I guess this is gonna be the next day. Hold on, is there a timestamp on this? So the picture I was just showing you guys was June 28th, 2022. And the next photo on my camera roll is June 25th, 2022. That's
What?
I don't think that's right. All right. Thanks, Samsung.
Did you go from 28th to 20?
Oh, I found an edited that was an edited picture I was showing you guys. Okay. So June 25th at 4:51 a.m. Let's go. I don't know if that's I assume that's local time. And this is June 25th, 2:33 p.m. So yeah, this is technically later that day. I guess when we were getting ready to go out, we probably got a couple hours of sleep in the morning and then headed out. So here's the next few pictures. This is what a Ukrainian MRE looks like. Yeah, this is meal number 4, and that's really about all I can read on here. It's not kasha. It's you can actually see the ingredients on here. The whole thing is heavy.
You don't turn it on. You can't.
Yeah, these things are large and
Put it
they're
right.
awful.
No, just go.
So now the next picture I have is we were hanging out here. So we were walking to the position. We have to walk like, dude, it was. Hold on, I might have a video.
No. No, keep going. You're good. Stop asking questions.
Oh, hold on. Before we get into that, just backtrack just a little bit. I talked about, or I think we've talked about on this podcast. I know some of you guys know this. We continued anything that could break on a vehicle breaks in combat. It's like Murphy's Law. This is us driving to the front lines. So this technically what should have been in like episode 6, but I didn't see this video. So this is us driving to the front lines. Leeds is riding with me. And I mentioned, you know, we had to drive, like, no headlights and stuff like that on, getting closer to the front. Well, the next video I have of us, we are Oh, excuse me. The next video I have is this.
Oh, good.
So we're driving down. I'm
Nice.
behind this truck, and the whole back end just gets wobbly, and the wheel literally rolls past the truck. Or actually, it may have not. I don't think it rolled past on this instance. I think they actually managed to somehow get it stopped. But you'll see, as we'll talk about later, that's a common factor. Yeah, so we're trying to all lift the truck up because the jack wasn't working, and to get the wheel back on.
Jesus.
Um,
Someone didn't add enough Uggas for the Duggas on that one.
yeah.
Torch spec, what is that?
What is this video? I got my phone on my plate carrier. I guess we're still headed to the front. And then... Oh, excuse me, we were headed to the fob in that last video, so that actually should have been a couple episodes ago. Here we're headed out to the front. I got my freshly spray-painted rifle here. I have a massive Coke bottle between my legs, because I didn't know when I'd be able to get a soda again. We got shovels.
American problem.
On the left here, that's literally a wrap of shovels, because, I mean, we got to dig our own trenches, stuff's not pre-dug. We got a couple mags. This looks like my fanny pack right here, which was one of my, yeah, that's my fanny pack, which was a secondary IFAK that I kept on me. Yep, that's the next video. Same thing. Oh, we have a face I don't want to dox. Yeah, so we're rolling down. So fun fact, we actually got really lucky here. As we found out later, the road we were driving on just then, or it might be a little bit later, such as like through here. I mean, you can see how big the fields are in Ukraine. I know we've talked about this in the past, but like I'm from South Carolina. I you know, growing up, I was like, wow, our fields are so big. They're, you know, whatever. Like there's fields as far as you can see in many places. And what we didn't know was a little bit further down this road. Yep, there's a smile. Later down this road, right before we get to the kind of where we'd be staying, a couple clicks off the 0 point line, the enemy tanks, they would have like an Orlon, like basically up at all times, or just the way they would have a spotter team somewhere, and they would say, hey, there's a vehicle inbound on the road or outbound on the road. And what would happen is they basically have the road like range carded at certain points on the road.
Okay.
And so they would figure out essentially exactly where they needed to, or when they needed to fire to hit certain points on the road. And they'd already have the elevation set in and the times the shells took to hit. And we got really lucky here that we didn't get hit. At the time, what made this, and I think I may have touched on this in episode 6, where when we were first coming in, that was the only road in and out that was not destroyed at the time or under some kind of siege or, you know, attack. And so we had one way in and out of our base. Like I guess you could say it wasn't necessarily a fob. I mean, it was quite literally a couple clicks off. It was constantly being shelled while we had the actual like HQ fob. About 15 clicks past that, or 10 to 15 clicks past that. But there was one way in and one way out. So anytime supplies came, food came, weapons, ammo, you name it, or just people, and it was us in this instance, shells were getting lobbed right over our heads. And we got really lucky that, I don't think we got shelled at all here. I don't see anything in the videos. And I don't remember it. I remember it at later dates. So yeah. We really had no idea just how lucky we are. So, picking back up to where we were, I couldn't find any videos, of our initial hike in, to my knowledge. Hold on. I might have one. GoPro. What is this? This actually might be our first walk-in, actually. Oh, this is when we're sighting our guns in at the school. So this is right when we get to the school. We were allowed to sight our weapons in really quickly. And we had to run under this tree because we were actively getting shelled. Like, you can see the smoke right over the school there. That's the school we were staying at. That half blown apart building in front of me right there. And we're literally getting shelled and people are standing out there. We're sighting our guns in while we're... So, this is Elon. He's running up. So, for reference, can you guys hear it when I'm playing?
No.
Oh. So I'm telling Elon, as we're sighting our guns in, I was like, come on, I'm just here to show everyone where to go. And I'm like, there's no paper that we're shooting at. You shoot at the hill, and the guy tells you how far you hit up the hill, and that's how you need to adjust your optics. And Elon goes, F no, I'm not doing that. And so, is that all this was just me? At that point, I guess I'm already used to artillery fire, because, like, there's a fire right in front of me, and shells are coming in. I'm just walking through the field, because I can't be bothered to run. Yeah, so this is the school. This little basement right here on the right is quite literally where we live in. There's no roof on the building, anything like that, at this point. I just walk right on down. Yep. Next video is... Oh, yeah, us sighting our stuff in. I don't want to dox people in this. I guess this is me yeah. I have a laser pointer. I'm not sure what I was trying to do.
He's like, I shoot the guns, yes.
Yeah, so this is us walking out to the position for the first time. We have to walk a long way. So there's a tree line. I might pan the camera. We just left. They take us out to the trucks. They drive us, probably like 3 clicks forward. And then we have to walk like another 6 or 7 clicks. It was a long way. With full gear, shovels, and everything. So we're currently walking down a hill. This is the main road in and out. In front of us is a pond here and a fish farm, or what used to be one. And oh, Sabaka, German Shepherd. Okay, so now we're kind of fast forwarding a little bit. All right, so you saw the video of us hiking in, and then we get to this point. So we walk all the way in. We're told, hey, we don't know if there's enemies here or not. We just lost this ground that we were going to be making a position at has been lost and gained multiple times from Russians. They're like, hey, we've been flying drones over it. We have somewhat sniper cover from the hill behind it. We haven't seen any movement, but there's also extensive trenches and bunkers dug, and we have no idea if there's anyone in them or not. We're like, cool. So what's our job? And they're like, so you're basically going to be a forward observation post for one of the flanks, and it'll be your job to make, there's a road. So basically it was, I wish I could draw this on like a piece of paper or something. There were 2 hills, and there's like a river running through it with a couple bridges. The one I just showed you guys the video of where I pointed said, hey, that's a pond. There's a land bridge there. And there's deep water on the left, deep water on the right, and the river runs down. And then there's another bridge. And we set up at the top of the hill on the other side of the river, guarding that bridge. And we were a forward observation post for artillery, guiding in mortars and also making sure that no one gets across that bridge. We were given a couple anti-tank weapons, and but our primary objective was to not be seen, not to shoot, and to report what we saw. And if something was to come across, or try to come across, do our best to hit it. we'd be letting them pass us and then hitting from behind. So yeah. So we walk all the way out there. Bear in mind we have rucks. We were told, I think this is going to be a 3-day op, is what we were told. Two-day op. I think we were originally told to be a 2-day op. And so we loaded our rucks up. We had ammo. We had our weapons. You know, the basic stuff: food, water. We also had to take things like shovels, like e-tools, shovels, a pickaxe, stuff like that. I don't know if we actually took a pickaxe out on this one, but we each had like a full-size shovel, I think. And then we also had to carry anti-tank with us, and things like that. So we get out there, and we're about 150 meters. Oh, look, I'm duplicating. We get about 150 meters from the exact position we want to get to, and we're scouting out where we want to dig the position when we hear like a BTR or a BMP rolling on the crest of the hill. And it wasn't poking over, but it was very close. And, well, they have thermals, and they don't travel alone either. There's, going to be infantry either nearby with them, and there's definitely going to be drones up above. So, and we were on the, basically, peninsula of this wood line. So, we decided to fall back into some thicker, denser stuff, which is where this picture is taken. We did end up hearing a drone a few minutes later, and we weren't sure. We think that we probably got spotted walking in, and they lost us in the dense stuff, and were basically scouting for us. And so we fell back here. I'm relatively relaxed right now. We're in some thick stuff. Like visibility at this point was like 20 meters. We had to make sure we could actually like see each other. We set up a little like not fire control bait, like a defensive harbor. We had like our PKM gun. I think we did have a PKM. And we had, our weapons too. I think we sat here for probably 2 or 3 hours. We took rotations, taking naps, and just trying to catch up on some sleep. Hey Blake, here's the scrim that I used playing airsoft.
Yeah.
We were trying to conceal as best as possible. I look really light on ammo here. I don't know.
In the truck, you had 2 in your carrier.
I have a cheap Motorola radio. I guess this is, I traded my 2 45 round mags for 3 30s. And so I have 90 rounds of loaded mags on me, and that's it. I know a few episodes we talked about me stealing mags from the armory, or I wasn't stealing, I was acquiring them. They didn't give us enough mags and ammo to stay alive, so I was gonna do what I had to do to stay alive. So I have a whole 2 mags on my plate carrier. Here is me off my guard shift, and I'm playing on my Nintendo Switch. Completely just chilling at that point. We couldn't hear the BTR anymore. I have a RPG-26 with me, which is the, it's literally just a Soviet clone of the Law, and, I'm just chilling. I think I was literally playing Mario Kart here. I opened up some croutons, all my Tarkov enjoyers. These are this is like the Amelia Rye croutons. This is them, just in MRE form. Also, it's funny how, for example, the US MREs, they do a really good job of making like the MRE packaging, not stand out. They want to make it to, dull and like earthy colors. And then the Ukrainians, it's literally neon green line, and it's a lined chrome bag. Like just looking at this, you can see how much light's reflecting off of it. This is some sort of something with
Meat, some kind of meat.
Yeah, it looks like chicken or pork, and I'm not sure. It's not Kasha, technically. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was my first Ukrainian MRE. Needless to say, I probably was not impressed with that one. This was actually one of my more favorite ones. Anything other than buckwheat, I was somewhat okay with. And I would also, I think for this whole op, I went out with my back panel full. Oh, I have a bag of gobstoppers. I ate on those things for months. Maybe not months. A month or two. I think this whole, like, 3-day op, I had my back panel and this little, this was originally a CLS medic bag that I repurposed because it had Velcro inside and storage organizers. Because we were told it'd be a 1 to 2 day op or like at tops 48 hours, and well, it did not turn out to that. So BTR leaves, we start digging where we get back out to the peninsula. We pick the spot we want to start digging, and well, we start taking turns digging and taking fire watch. We start off with literally just a single line trench. If I remember correctly, there were 3 or 4 of us on this position at the time, so we were trying to basically build the trench just big enough to where we could all lay down if we started getting hit with arty. And I didn't realize this. This is also the only time ever in Ukraine we had a soft PKM nutsack. That I never saw another one while I was over there and didn't realize it until now. Yeah, that's actually really cool. Normally they're like the hard steel containers, and so every time you walk or take a step with the PKM, it rattles and it's horrible. We did end up turning the trench into a more L-shaped trench. And what we really liked about this position is it had thick canopy cover above us. We did have to be careful. So it's facing. Stand by. Got the ultimate drip. Got some Milka chocolate, some chocolate covered peanuts. My gloves. Once again, my RPG 26, and my sleeping bag. So, this is looking out basically the front of the position. The road is running basically the tree line across from us. It's running perfectly in between us and that tree line. So the dam, or the bridge, is to our right, and the enemy is to our left. And we're the only position on this side of, no, excuse me, we're one of 2 positions on this side of the river at the moment. So we had a lot of ground that we technically were responsible for. I would argue too much. We had to be really careful with getting attacked from basically our left and our front. Once again, our job was not to be seen, and it was to observe, report back what we were hearing. We were constantly spotting, and we didn't even have a drone at that point. It was literally just 4 dudes with 1 thermal for nighttime use. And it wasn't even an optic, it was just like a spotting thermal. A PKM, a couple rifles, and that was it. So there's also a vehicle. So the picture I just showed you guys, oh, go back. So this is facing directly the picture, excuse me, stand by. This picture is facing directly out the front of the trench. And then, like I said, the bridge was to our right and the enemy was to our left. This is the hilltop where the enemy is. And this is oh, I forget what this is called. It's not a tiger. It's, like a lynx or something. I don't remember the exact name. It's another cat, but it's a Russian MRAP, essentially. What happened is, and you'll see more pictures of this later, not long before we got there, I think it was within a few days, maybe a week or 2, my unit captured a Russian HVT, a Russian commander, a unit commander, and the Russians' big brain rescue move was to send this MRAP, Russian MRAP, and like 6 dudes in the back, 6 like actual Spetsnaz guys or special forces like hit team to go rescue him. As you can see, they barely crested the hill. And the unit had, I believe it was a 20 millimeter anti-material gun, and disabled the Vic right there. And then as they were getting out, we hit it with an ATGM, and everyone died.
And everyone died. End of story.
Yeah. That was the Russians' big plan to rescue their HVT, was to send an MRAP literally just straight towards the enemy to cross a singular bridge. I don't know what their plan was. Maybe that was the first vehicle in like a column, and that's the only one that was crested, but the way it was explained to me is that was the only vehicle that they sent to go rescue them, and they got schwacked. So, yeah, I actually, the sat phone I have.
My dude's tried to
I
speed
don't
run
think it's
the Siege mission, you know? Rescue the hostage.
I don't actually know. I don't believe it's actually a sat. It's a Kenwood radio. Definitely at minimum a digital encrypted radio. It's from that vehicle. Caught some shrapnel. I found it literally outside the vehicle when we were at a much later date, like several, maybe a month or two in the future. No one had actually done a thorough search of the vehicle or the surrounding areas to like collect any intel or bodies or anything, and we went up there and did that. Yeah, I think it's literally just a Kenwood like digital military radio. I don't think it's a sat phone or anything crazy like that. Here's one of the guys digging. I cannot show his face. One of the dudes taking a nap. Once again, featuring my Switch, just chilling here on top of the little bag of gobstoppers. What is this? Oh, this is me, just once again, chilling. We were able to be really relaxed as far as like having our gear spread out. And also we still had a lot of lessons to learn at this point. But due to our, like, we had probably like a double canopy on top of us. Like you could not see the sky directly above us. Which was very nice for drones. Like I said, we still had a lot to learn though, and our gear was relatively spread out. 1 out of 10, do not recommend that. Like I had like this red bag of chocolate covered peanuts. I had a purple like chocolate bar. You'll see as like time goes on, we were much more careful about how spread out we were. We're not even wearing our plate carriers, looks like. There's somebody's there. He's not wearing his. I might have mine on. Oh no, because my gun belt's right here. Yeah, so it looks like literally we were just kind of chilling. Ukrainian MRE. This is kasha. So this is some kind of like porridge. Not porridge might be a bit of a. It's something of the sorts. And oh, it's buckwheat. My least favorite thing ever from Ukraine. Like, tell me that looks appetizing. I don't think anyone not from Ukraine can. It's disgusting. Get stuck in your teeth.
Disgusting. It's stuck in your teeth. Worst thing ever.
Oh yeah,
Next to
100%, dude. I literally would have rather not ate at some points than eat kasha or buckwheat or kasha with buckwheat. All right, that's all the pictures I have for that. We're gonna catch up on a couple of videos. So, like I said, we were told that it was gonna be a maximum. I think it was gonna be like somewhere in the maximum of 36 hours. Well, 36 hours passed, and we had no radios. Well, we had our radio, but we had no comms. We couldn't receive anything. We weren't receiving anything. To our knowledge, no one could listen to it. No one could hear us. Like, our comms were down. And 36 hours had passed, and we were like, well, We're out of water. We're mostly out of food. Food was the least of our concern at that point. Like, are we abandoned? Like, what's going on? So, we decided to... I think this is gonna be my next... What's this video? Oh, no, this is just kind of showing the position. Yeah, okay, so this kind of puts into perspective. Here's the blown up Vic. Like I said, Russian equivalent of an MRAP. Now, there's a graveyard directly across from us. This is like the quote-unquote tree line in front of us. And the road is literally like next to these dandelion things in the middle of this field. And then the river is to our right. And the next video is
There's no sound to these.
yeah, I don't know why you can't hear it.
I remember there was Artie going over y'all's head on this one though.
I don't know if they can hear it either. I don't know. Bear with me for a second. I'm not even sure if it's being recorded, the audio from it. It should be.
Emily said they can't hear it.
Well,
Can you
please.
describe to us what you hear? Like,
The gist of it is we ran out of water and we had to hike back to the fish farm, with all of our empty bottles. Let's see, media audio.
Fishy Farm. My dog is going ham on his fucking toy right now, dude. He'll do that at like 2 in the morning too.
Ah, okay, so this is classed as... Figured it out. Clicks. Hey, they can hear it now. Y'all might actually be able to. No, I don't think you will. I don't know why you can't hear it through Discord.
As long as they can hear it, that's what
Yeah.
matters.
So we ran out of water. So we hiked. Can I put 1.2 clicks in the gray zone to this pond that's dammed up.
What else could we do on this?
They have got audio. Confirmed.
Yeah, artillery. Sweet, thanks.
What do we do on this? Such a beautiful day.
Yeah, yeah, artillery going over. We're sitting here in the like sawgrass, just like back in Charleston, because I was like, we ran out of water. In the swampy, we didn't want to go to the clean part of the pond because it's out in the open. So we're getting water with lots of things floating in it. Hashtag thanks Sawyer and Coleman water purification tablets. You know, just another day in Ukraine.
Another day in paradise.
Another day in paradise. Yeah, so we couldn't go to the clean part of the pond or the part without sawgrass because, well, we'd be out in the open. So we intentionally went into the sawgrass to collect water to purify because we ran out of water on position. And we had no comms on when we would be getting replaced, when we'd be getting supplies, anything like that. So, and I also made the point of this is in the gray zone. So, there was, to our knowledge, and since we didn't have comms, we couldn't confirm this, there was only one other position on that side of the river with us, and it was our other English-speaking Americans. Well, not all Americans, but other another like 4-man team of our English speakers. So we had no idea, like when we were walking back to the fish farm, which was probably like 3 clicks from our position to that, we had no idea what we were walking into. And we had no idea if there were Russians there. Like, we walked past multiple bunkers and trenches, like we're having to clear everything as we walk past. And all the while, there's the hilltop on the other side of the river from us, and which that side of the river is friendlies. So like the whole time that we're exposed, well, not the whole time, we're not exposed to that hilltop the whole time, or that ridge line, I should say. But as we're walking, every time we're exposed, we're sitting there like waving like idiots because we don't want to get sniped by a friendly thinking that it's Russians pushing them, because they have no reason to believe that we would be leaving position. And we had no reason, we didn't know what was going on. So we were literally just like, kind of waving. We were like trying to just do stuff the whole walk there. And it was honestly kind of terrifying. We're like, we're going to get friendly fired. We're going to get spotted. We're going to step on a mine. Like, none of this had been cleared for booby traps or mines. Like, there was Russian and Ukrainian gear scattered around. At that point, none of us were ballsy enough to try to grab it, and we were exhausted anyway. Like, we were all dehydrated. I remember, like, the first sip of that water, was, like, amazing. Because I think at this point, we had waited about 48 hours, and we had still not been rotated off or brought supplies. And so we realistically, A, didn't bring enough water. Rookie mistake. And then, B, we had extended past our, how long we were supposed to be out there. So yeah. Here's a video, I missed this one, of when we were getting hunted by the BTR, or BMP, whatever it was. Just chilling out. Finally, we get kind of relieved of our position, or we get rotated out, and we're walking back.
Yeah, it does the same thing like it does with the T, because it's just an autoloader, just like the T80s. Hell yeah.
So the beginning of the video, I said this was a BMP, or maybe not the video, but I actually don't think this is I'm not sure if this is a BMP or like a BMD. Yeah, this is one that we hit, our unit hit, not long before we got onto the positions here. They literally hunted it with there's actually a video of them blowing up this BMP. It's pretty sick, like full on like special forces like hood rat. Just we're like an anti-tank team, and we flanked around this thing without them seeing it. They just hit it in the side. It was pretty sick.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see if I can find the video at some point. But there is a video floating around of that BMP getting hit.
We're still on our event. The bad guys the Russians are literally behind there.
Oh, this is us. We're still getting... These videos must be slightly out of order. Because right now, we're still on our adventure trying to get back with water. Because I say here...
We're still on our adventure from getting water.
We're still on our adventure from getting water. It's like the bad guys are
literally behind there.
Behind that hill.
Ukrainians are on that back tree line.
Ukrainians are there on that tree line.
We have friends back here.
We have friends back there behind us.
And our guys are...
And that's where our position is, that way. Here.
Where our trenches. And we have to run across the open.
We have to run across this. There's no other way. And if you look at the video, these are ravines. Like, it's multiple, like, drops.
Across the open. Fired. Shall see.
Yeah. Looks like we made it halfway across. Or maybe we're... Yeah, it looks like we're like maybe halfway across. My phone's on my plate carrier. We're like standing under every little tiny tree we can. I don't remember if we heard a drone or what. Yeah, we have to literally just keep running up and down these.
Oh, it was about to suck. This is where he came down yesterday.
I was like, well, this is about to suck. It's quite steep. Trying to S around, and now we're mostly back to the position. I don't know why I look so concerned. Oh, there's artillery going right over our heads. Yeah, so we're still in position. We didn't get rotated off yet. Or we may have. I don't know. There's multiple times of us going out in this position in the first few days. Yeah, we're actually hitting them with artillery right now. Oh, I think there's a lit here. I think this is a video of blurred faces. It's just... Hey! Yeah, so we're currently sitting there watching them get hit by artillery. Alright, and...
Hey, James.
Sup, dude?
So it looks like we're getting evac'd from the position. Not sure. Oh yeah, we're headed back to the actual fob now. So the first week we were on volunteer contracts, and basically that was like, hey, you're a volunteer. We aren't gonna assign you like an official Ukrainian military contract until you're out on position for a week or so and make sure like this is what you want to do, kind of thing. And so the videos I was just showing you was our first week out there. Our first time out there was when we had to get water. So everything after those videos was our next position, our next time on the position. And I have a couple more GoPro videos I'll show you real quick of that. And then here's the video of us. This is where we get shelled, was actually right around this turn. So, I don't think it's in this video, but this is where we were staying, was back here. And then this is essentially the road the Russians would shoot. Yes, but you can see we're hauling. I think we're in the back of the Hilux. We're still hanging on. And I know we talked about last week, so I guess one of the last episodes I talked about, you know, acquiring mags from the armory because they didn't give us enough. And you could see in the first episode, or the picture, videos and pictures I was just showing you, I only had 2 mags on my chest rig. So here is a video of me later that day when I had to turn my weapon into the armory to go sign a contract. Alright, so we just stopped by the armory to turn in our weapons. I got a few extras when I was turning in my rifle. So, yeah, I acquired some mags. I decided I would never be sent out to the position again with 3 mags. And so, I acquired some. Back to some pictures. I said originally this was BMP. This might be a BMDR or a B. It's not a BTR, but it could be like a BMD. There's me, Elon, and Leeds. Here's some Tashanka. This is back in the school. This is looks like it's this is in between our trip of getting water. Like currently we're off for probably a day or two. I think it was about a day. In between rotations, we'd just gotten back from our water adventure, and I ate some Tashanka, one of the German Shepherds there with us. And here's our next rotation back on position. I am eating some trail mix that my dad insisted to send me. Thanks, Pops. Appreciate it. Still got the Ultimas on. I wore those for a while at first. Then, let's see. Any other cool pictures or anything? Oh yeah, this looks like we're walking back. This is the pond we got our water from. And this is the river. This part just is dammed up right here from that land bridge that we walk across next to the fish farm. Yeah. And here we are headed out back to the FOB to sign real contracts. So really that's about all I got. This is at the hospital, back at the FOB, the main HQ FOB. This is just after the video I showed you of us right in the back of the Hilux in the pictures. I'm covered in dirt. I was quite happy to be off for what turned out to be about 2-3 weeks. They just got in a new mortar. I was helping them unpack it and send it out to our homies on the front. And that's all. See if I have any GoPro footage really quick. Just showed y'all this one and that one. This is the school. So I guess this is loading up for a second rotation out. And notice this time we are bringing enough water. Like just in this one frame, there are 3 1.5 gallon jugs of water visible. We were not gonna make the water mistake twice. And at the beginning of the video, you hear me saying, well, how are we gonna make this work? And essentially we have to get everyone in this picture into this one truck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people, 10 people, 11 people into this Vic.
To really move around.
Now we're off. So they're driving us currently from the school, from Dacha was the name of the school. The road's littered with arty shells.
Is there something leaking or?
We're picking up, I think we're dropping off 2 people, 2 Ukrainians that were riding with us or something. Now we're headed out.
Whoa.
So, obviously get unloaded. Look how we're all piled in there, dude. It's awful. Getting loaded up. Gonna scrub through this. Hopefully no one can grab faces fast enough.
Let me grab point ghost. Are you gonna pace or you want me to grab the set? Maybe
I'm asking if I was carrying the most weight, I believe, and I was saying, hey, do you want me to take point and I'll pace us, or do you want to pace us? And now we're walking. So we specifically park in this tree line that we did, because that was considered quote unquote like a safe distance as far as getting the vehicles getting spotted, and we tried to get out and get the vehicles out in under a minute. That was a bit of a clunky get out because of how full it was. But that was considered like a safe spot to unload quickly, and the vehicles could get out of there before they could get us spotted and targeted. Now we're walking a slightly different way than we did in the last video. We're walking this like ravine, towards the fish farm. We are crossing the land bridge now. So this is mined. You might actually even see there's anti-vehicle mines. We literally are walking over somewhere. I didn't see them. There are anti-vehicle mines here. So we have to, oh wait. There we go. So you can see me letting people know behind me, hey, there's mines. Wait till they verify that they saw them or can see them, and then you pass it back. And we have to clear this every time we arrive because there was an instance where a couple-man team was able to sneak down here. Couple-man Russian team basically snuck between positions because we didn't have enough people, and so it was prior to us getting there, but we had to clear it every time. All this is mined also. Basically, this whole area is mined, between anti-tank and anti-personnel. And this is all open field. We have to try and book it across as fast as we can, for obvious reasons. You can tell I'm trying to follow a path that we've confirmed is not mined. Looks like I'm the point man here now. Yeah.
Yeah, just this whole area.
I either saw something I thought was sus, or something, or visibly saw mine. So the Russians would also drop. Show you guys a picture. They're like little bomblets. They look like almost, you know, the little like pine cone like helicopter things. They look like those, except they explode. And they drop those in airburst, and they spread out everywhere. So I mean, literally, it could be the size of your like thumb, and it's enough to, you know, dismember you.
War crime?
So they spin when they fall. It's like these little plastic. They almost look like toys. They can be like green, orange, tan. I think there were a couple different colors, but they spin when they fall. So they are fired out of the airburst munitions. And then it literally mines like an area with these little things, and they're pressure sensitive. And so if you step on them or pick them up, like kids in Ukraine would pick them up at the beginning of the war and then get their arm blown off. Like it's these, they literally look like large, you know, in like pine trees, and when the pine cones fall apart, there's little helicopter things we used to throw up in the air as a kid. They just look like larger versions of those, and they explode. So, we're walking up to the other position, the only other position at this time on this side of the river. There's one of the Ukrainians. We're saying hi to him. We're dropping off half of the guys here. Taking a breather for a minute until I'm dead. I'm like on my hands and knees here on top of my rock. Not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, it looks like now we're on the way out. So yeah, now 3 days have passed. We're on our way out now. 2-3 days, something like that, have passed, excuse me.
And technically, the spaceship.
Once again, AT mines. We're wrecking all the way out.
Ethan, go now.
So, yeah. Oh, here's a, we had to go out and clear the village because I wanted to take a poop. And, to put in perspective, in the school, basically, you just, like, dig a hole in a different part of the basement and you just take a poop. And it's awful. Like, it was disgusting. Like, it was actually becoming, like, a very big, like, sanitary issue. And I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. I was like, guys, I'm literally, and if y'all want to come with me, I'm gonna walk across the street and take a poop. I was like, I know some of you guys want to explore the village. And 2 of the guys were like, hell yeah, we want to go walk around. And so we literally cleared a house.
Bro, this house has been hit since he pooped.
And I sit here and take a poop. And someone's already struck house.
Prick. Ready.
And then we walk back across the road and we go back down into the school. Oh yeah, here's what the basement of the school looks like. Here's a good video.
Ow.
This is the operating table on our left. It's so clean. It had like a fly net around it, and that's what made it like sanitary. And this was the Americans' room, or why I say Americans, the English speakers. This
Poop
is our room in
successful.
here. And yeah, that's what it was like.
You know, just dandy.
So this run here, this is, I forgot about this. This is one last,
you know,
I went out on position because we were at this point going to go get our contract signed, and the people on position needed enough supplies to last them, I think, 3 or 4 more days while we were gone, because we weren't going to be able to rotate them off, and the Ukrainians couldn't rotate for 3 or 4 days. So literally, I think we only went with a couple people. There's probably like 4 in the truck, and then 2 of us in the back. And, yeah, we went with, like, no ammo, I mean, minimal ammo, like, no anti-tank stuff, and it was literally just food and water for our guys on position. And, we ended up weighing some of our rucks and stuff, and we were dropping some Ukrainians off at their positions. And if I remember, my ruck was over like 100 and something pounds. It was insane. You can hear me breathing, and I'm like dead. It was probably one of the more, like, intensive things I've ever done. And it was ridiculous. Ended up, you know, dropping all the stuff off, and to the closest position, not the original position that we went and dug, but the other English position, and At this point, I had like no weight on me at all. You can see us checking the window, each picking up a window as we go by. And driving out. Dropping some of the Ukrainians off at where they were staying. Pull back up into the school. It looks like it kept my GoPro recording. Like, this is literally the, like, front line HQ. This is the basement of the school. Yeah, my GoPro recording. Well, now I'm back on position, so I really don't understand the order of this. Is this? Oh, this is after we got back from signing contracts. So yeah. Alright, that's all the pictures and videos I have. So, at that point, we, after we made that delivery run of all the supplies, we hopped back in the trucks, and then that's the picture of me with the dirt-covered face, because I was off the front lines and we were headed to sign contracts. So, next episode, we'll pick back up on that, and, we had like a 2-week, basically, vacation, because we were, getting our contract signed, and it took about 2 weeks. We were told it was going to be like 7 days max, and we were super itching to get back on the front, especially since our guys were on the front, and we weren't with them, because one of the deals we all made with each other is we wouldn't split up, but there wasn't enough manpower for us all to go sign contracts, or, well, enough transportation or manpower for us to go sign contracts, together, so we had to do it in, two halves or whatever. Half the English speakers would go, then they'd come back, and then the other half would go. So, yeah. That's all I have. Do y'all have any questions? Nope. Traven, Zach, questions?
No, not entirely.
Not away.
Okay. Current events really quick. New York. Pull up the article. There you go. New York bill would require background checks to buy 3D printers in an attempt to target ghost guns. A recently submitted bill to the New York State Assembly would require anyone who buys a 3D printer to undergo a criminal background check, which could take up to 15 days to complete. Sponsored by blah, 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 blah. Bill blah would target any three-dimensional printer sold in the state which is capable of printing a firearm or any components of a firearm, which is literally like any 3D printer. Like, yeah. I mean, I could print a trigger, you know, on a world's smallest 3D printer, and it would still, you know, be a, you know, whatever. According to the text of the bill, the Commissioner of Criminal Justice Services will have up to 15 days to review the purchaser's criminal history and decide if they can buy the printer. The law says, for purpose of this section, three-dimensional printer means a computer or computer-driven machine or device capable of producing a 3D dimensional object from digital model. The word producing here is also vague, as the best laser cutters can also create 3D objects from digital models. And would this also include CNC machines? Like, are they literally trying to say, okay, if you want to own any manufacturing, you know, product or object that could potentially be used to manufacture any gun part, you're required to have a criminal background check? Like, excuse me, what? Essentially, I guess they're getting worried that, hey, we can't stop people making guns. So we're
And
gonna
they're still not going to be able
try.
to.
Yeah, like this changes
Because
nothing.
at this point, if it's a problem, the people that are making it a problem already have the printers.
Yeah, like hold on, let me go
And
on
from
eBay
this point
and
on,
order my 3D printer and I with that said, I believe further down in the bill they talk about how it would also be illegal for someone to buy a used one, and it would be up to like I think the seller to like figure that out and get that. So like this is another
then-
law of people making laws on something that they have no feasible understanding.
yeah, but does that mean that it's illegal for me to transport one over state lines and
Yes.
then reside in North Carolina or New
Yes.
York? Oh wow, that's just dumb.
Yeah, there is
Oh yes, here, let me submit a form and wait 15 days before I can come to New York because I have a 3D printer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure oh, here's the best part. Let's see. The bill however, if it was passed as currently written, buying a 3D printer in New York State would be much more difficult and likely more expensive too. Imagine walking up to the counter at Micro Center with your brand new Bamboo Lab UNS, being told that you have to fill out a form, show ID, and wait for a background check to clear. It is also unclear how much these background checks would cost consumers. So it's you have to pay for it too. In New York, gun dealers may charge a fee of up to $10 per transaction for their required background checks.
It's just another way they can generate more revenue because they can't in other ways. Like certain traffic stops and stuff are deemed as racist in nature, as well as classist. So more than likely, this is just another way they can want to milk people.
Yeah.
Similar to like the CWP ordeal. Like, why would I need to pay for a right that's already indebted to me? You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think South Carolina actually waived the fee. Thank God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe there's also some wording. I did skim through the actual, or I believe the actual bill a few days ago. This kind of went, I guess, public 6 days ago. So, I guess it was earlier this week. I skimmed through it, and I believe there was stuff that like, hey, you can't cross state, like bring one in or purchase one used. Like, absolutely ridiculous. People have. Like, what are they going to do next? Like, ban stepper motors? Like...
They'll do it. Don't give them ideas.
Yeah, man.
Gun control is uncontrollable. You can't...
Any consumerism is uncontrollable. Once you have introduced it such as like a virus to its natural environment and people have a need for that product, they're gonna get it anyway. The drug war is the prime example. Everything's banned. Everything's illegal. You can barely import it. And yet, there's still... fucking tons and tons of fentanyl, cocaine, and all other drugs that are flooding the black market into the United States. And it's like, well, that's already illegal. How's it still happening? Like, I don't know. How is it?
Yep.
The law itself will not stop this. It is the enforcement that has to do it. And your enforcement is practically impossible. You might as well try to bomb an idea out of existence.
Well, it's just like, conservatives will say, like, gun laws only hurt the law-abiding citizen, but weed should be illegal. And then, on the flip side, you have, like, drugs should be legalized and guns should be illegal because people wouldn't be able to get them then. And it's like, well, you're already doing the like, it's one side just having, it's just another side of the coin. And literally the whole gun control thing, 3D printers are the argument to that. Like, people want to make guns more easily, so they 3D print them. There's literally competitions of people, like, 3D printing guns, and it's like a competition of how many rounds it holds up, or, like, torture tests, and whoever wins the like, that's so sick.
Dude, like, if
Jay
it wasn't
Stark
for
is
Jay
rolling
Stark,
over in his grave, right? Yeah!
Exactly. If it wasn't for the OG, like, rebels in Miramar wouldn't have been able to fight back against their government, and they still currently are because the regime is in control, has all of the best weapons, and they disarmed the populace a while ago. But when the coup happened, there was no way for people to stop a tyrant from coming up into power. And so what do? They're like, fuck it, Burke.
FC9 in it, the FC9, the carbine, the 9mm carbine.
Yeah, the 9mm like infamous carbine that I think it's gone through 3 iterations before Jay Stark ended up passing. God rest his soul.
All I'm gonna say is with this legislation that's going on, I feel sorry for Home Depot because Home Depot and Lowe's and any other plumbing supply store is gonna be up next.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you can't sell pipes or nails anymore because that can be used as a barrel and a firing pin. Like,
Blimey, where's your license for buying this in particular pipe?
like that's
Are
why
you
it might come
applying?
to. Like, it's
It's
sad,
rip.
dude. You can't control it, and they're trying so hard.
Oh, and then another great example was when the Prime Minister of Japan was assassinated with a shotgun.
Oh,
a
yeah.
fully made
It was a
electronic
tube.
shotgun.
It
It
was
used
literally just like a.
electromagnetic propulsion, like a fucking railgun, essentially, to shoot to ignite the fucking primer on the shotgun shell, and it fucking killed the Prime Minister.
Dude,
And like when you look at it, you're like, this is a fucking cyberpunk gun, dude. The kid was smart.
the sad thing is with this though is like I've seen some stuff coming because one of the California's anti-gun Gavin Newsom's bill got struck down
Shocking.
by yeah, but there there's been a lot of things. It's like there's 25 million AR-15 owners in America. That's why the government's scared of us, dude. The government's not scared of us. The government does not fear what it can manipulate. And a prime example, like when bump stocks were banned. Do you know how many like 2A supporters I know personally that were like, they make guns inaccurate anyway. We didn't need those. It's fine. Like, yeah, keep sucking Trump's dick. Yeah, he's really 2A. Remember that, bump stocks aren't a gun. It's just an accessory and, stuff like that. 3D printers would honestly be the same way. Like, all these boomers would be like, we didn't need them plastic guns anyway. Those guns didn't hold up, but it's the concept and the point behind it. Like, the fact that the government banned a bump stock, a piece of plastic, and it's like, yeah, were they practical? No. It's the whole principle behind it that that's
what pissed me off is even FUDs were like, oh, I don't care for it, so they can ban it. It doesn't affect me. And it's like, this affects all of us because now we're talking about attachments. They're like, this next thing just happens to make it even worse. So for all we know, the next thing that they might go after is not triggers or, pistol grips or anything. For all we know, they could start going after barrels. Like, oh, well, this particular thread count, 117, whatever the fuck.
You need a tax stamp for half by 28.
You need a tax stamp because now it's an assault barrel. This thing can send lead at like 1,000 feet per second. It's a weapon of war. You don't need that inside. Smooth bore. You can still keep your smooth bores. And then that's when, like the guys, whatever when they made the smoothbore ARs, they're like, it's a way around the NFA. And it keyholes at fucking 20 yards. Whatever the fucking company was, I can't remember. It was like Benjamin Franklin, like references or something weird. Anyway, those dudes, their sales would skyrocket. That's where the conspiracy would start. Is like, were they lobbying for this?
It's heartbreaking, dude. Like, I'm 100% sure if this bill happened, there would immediately be boomers just like, oh, we didn't need them plastic guns anyway. Be a real man and, shoot the all-metal guns. And it's sad, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's sad. All right, anyone have anything else to add to that? And then I think our only other headline topic is, Gaza, is turning into the moon.
They decided that they're gonna... Yeah, they're going to instill a new a mall in the name of democracy. So they're currently paving the way,
laying down the groundwork, refreshing the land.
Yeah, using some real relocation technology called like 180 howitzers and airstrikes, JDAMs of the types, 1,000-pound bombers.
Actually, on the note of JDAMs, how about the freaking Gaza hospital getting bombed, dude?
Well,
that's
I guess
so
they found sufficient evidence to suggest it was a malfunctioned missile that hit it that may or may not have been fired from Hamas. And then our president was like, and I quote, and this is like the one good thing he said.
Heard this.
What did he say? I think he said, if you're going to shoot, you can't miss. Or something weird. It was like actually a pretty OG quote I would throw on a shirt.
Biden's best quote ever.
It actually went pretty hard. I was like, he said something around the lines of like, if you're going to shoot, you can't miss or something like that. It's like, hell yeah. Dab on him.
The amount of people bandwagoning, though, it was like instant. It's like, see, Israel blew up a hospital full of civilians. It's like, okay, maybe they did. Maybe. Like, it wouldn't surprise me either way. But the amount of
Even
people
if
that's like,
that
this
wasn't
is
the
why
one,
Israel should go to hell. I was like,
even if
jeez.
it wasn't that one, though, there are other articles where they prove the IDF did bomb a hospital. So,
Oh, really? I haven't seen, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
did you watch the Kiri Wedler video I sent you guys in the chat?
Oh,
She
maybe.
literally, in her video, she always shows tons of headlines to prove her point. I love her videos, dude. If you can do it even like on the web, like currently on the podcast, it'd be great. It gets some. Carrie's awesome. Fucking love her. A liberty
I'll go back.
connoisseur through and through.
I'll go back and find it. Yeah, I had somebody message me the other day. I forget even exactly what it was. But I was essentially like I had put something on my Instagram story, and I was like, you know, Israel's committed plenty of it was like it was the meme where he's like getting the soda and he's like hitting both buttons at the same time. It was like Hamas and Israel committing war crimes, and then the cup was like playing innocent. And then I had one person reply, and they were like, "Show me the war crimes that Israel's committed." I was like, "What do you mean? Have you looked? Like, there's so many." Actually, I don't think I ever got back to that person to send them some. But I was like, there's a lot. what do you mean? And then I had another person that was like, "Free Palestine." And I was like, "Bro, have you seen the war crimes they committed?" Like, I understand Hamas is not all of Palestine, but from my understanding, the Palestinians also have kind of let Hamas take over. I mean, I'm not some geographical expert in that region, but
yeah, I was gonna say it's one of those similar things where they don't really have. I'm not obviously fucking saying that it's the best option, but it's a duopoly thought. If they didn't go with Israel, the only other side that they currently can pick and have an option to is the bullshit leaders of Hamas. Like, they have to plead to them. And the only way that they can kind of get support is by going that route. And that includes up to Iran's support financially and likely with food and water support and such. Because I think they actually do offer those services, but it's only because in retaliation to the other side is Israel. That's the only reason I think Iran wants to back it. And as a result, we're also attached to Israel and so forth. So it's like a big ol', oh, you support Israel? Oh, and America's over there. Fuck you guys. It's obviously the opposing side. And as a result, that's why. And so I don't blame Palestinians for obviously because Israel like made Hamas. It was meant to swallow another terror organization. They started that one to swallow another, just like all of the proxy wars have done throughout the Middle East. And Hamas was no exception. And there's plenty of receipts I can pull that show that Israel not only started Hamas as a small group that then eventually swallowed the one they wanted to target, but then blew out of proportion with further funding, and they couldn't shut it down quick enough. And I think their original dude that was, I don't think he was the head of their intelligence agency of Mossad, but he was pretty close to up there, even warned in the 80s, like, hey, this might get pretty bad. We might want to not go like this and just kind of stop funding more terror groups. And they were like, how much worse could it get?
I wonder where they got that idea from. I mean, it's not like they had a certain ally that could just, give them the game
they
plan.
definitely didn't take notes from the U.S.
It's like the Sakari movie says, it's like, who do you think taught us? Where did we learn it from? The fucking Yankees. And it's like, damn. That's right, dude. The CIA was probably dabbling over there too. Like, here's some little bit of money. Here's a little bit of weapons. And oh shit, they're bombing a hospital. Man, that's war profit right there.
The
Nancy
funny thing too is
Pelosi
Egypt,
aggressively scanning the stocks for fucking all of the defense weapons.
Raytheon,
Boeing, BAE, like whatever they can get their fucking hands on.
Whoa. Nancy Pelosi hasn't done anything wrong, and I'm not saying that because all my stock option ideas are something that I just copy off of her. She's doing nothing wrong,
and should not be federally incriminated under any means. Travis trying to like fucking ensure he keeps his portfolio secured. He's like, please don't blow that whistle, don't.
Bro, I'm trying to secure my future. Give it another 10 years when she dies, and then everything's gonna be okay anyway.
I think Mitch McConnell might kick the bucket first.
Mitch
That's
has
fine
been
with
on the deathbed. Mitch looks like he's been on the deathbed for like the past 10 years. What do you mean?
He looks so sad. He looks like that that Aussie that has like the PTSD. That was the meme and
Yes.
everything like that. That's what he looked like on a daily basis.
Yes.
It's just like the wide eyes and like the scrunched up face, like the poor soul, dude. What they need
He's
to
seen
do.
it all.
So, do you guys remember reading about South Carolina's representative way back in the day when Congress? I think this is up to the Civil War. It was fucking what was his name? Colburn or whatever the fuck his name was. John C. Calhoun. It was Calhoun. He would beat the shit out of people with his cane in Congress. Can we bring that back? Can politicians just start throwing it in the ring? Can I please just get like that satisfaction that they become like wrestlers and I put beds down on whether or not McConnell's gonna fucking usurp, like just fucking go to town on Pelosi? Can I do that, please? I'll watch all of the fucking C-SPANs at that point. I will be in it, dude. I'll start betting. Like this is how we can get rid of the tax, the bracket that we have to pay back. All right, the debt ceiling. We can decrease that if you just put wrestlers in Congress, and every policy has to be agreed on after a cage match, dude. Please.
I don't know which
Shout
I would
out Dana
rather
White.
have. Like, I don't know if I'd rather have no politicians or like gladiator, like to the death fights with our politicians for the people's entertainment.
Well, if that's gonna happen, we're gonna have we're gonna have a lot younger like political base. They're gonna instantly go from 65 to dying to 35 to 40.
Dude,
solid.
half of our politicians are half dead anyway. And they're the ones that know best for this country. Bro, they still think a house costs like $25.
The mortgage payment is only $110.
Yeah, they're like, oh, everyone can afford a house. My first house was $110. Yeah, Mitch. You ruined it. There's also, I was gonna wait till Zach got back, but Egypt has kind of been like, hey, we're technically neutral on this, but by the way, Hamas has tunnels and, they're gonna be hitting you, Israel, and Israel's like, completely ignored it. Well, this morning, Israel shelled an Egyptian border post on the Egypt border. On accident. I don't remember, was it two? I think they wounded at least 7 injured as Israeli tank accidentally hits Egyptian border post. Idiots.
Damn.
Yeah, all those Israeli reservists coming in and don't know what they're doing. Is that Egypt? Nah, that's Hamas. Fire.
One diplomatic call later. You fucking idiots.
Any other current events this week? That's all I have in the doc. Oh, we were talking about Amelia Rye croutons from Tarkov earlier. I wanted to show you guys my other recent. I've been looking for these for a while, and I finally unpacked them this week for my Ukrainian stuff. We got an AI2. We got a cheese.
Does it have anything in it?
It does not, unfortunately. It's empty. I never found a full one. I looked for one. This is the only one I found, or not the only one. Has a K carved in it. Don't know what that is or means.
Hey,
I got my cheese.
I got that from Metro.
And then I have my phase relay from Tarkov also. Zach, did you see so we were just talking for a second. Egypt has kind of been like, hey, we're neutral, but we've been giving Israel intel. Did you see that an Israeli tank shelled an Egyptian border post this morning? At least 7 injured. Allegedly, it was an accident.
Man, it's just like the USS Liberty. Anyway.
Got him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man, they're really good at getting intel until they're not, I guess, because they were swacking Hamas like, yeah, this particular apartment building, unit 613, there's fucking guys in there, and they're like, all right, cool, fucking hit it, and I fucking send a heat missile in there, blow their asses up, and it's like, wow, it's crazy. You had really good intelligence on that particular guy in that room. But you didn't know that that bunch of guys were about to infiltrate your country. Okay. All right. Your intel slipped there several times, but it's okay. It's okay.
The last real quick topic I have is, did y'all see, I'm not even going to pull it up on the computer to figure it out. Did y'all see where the White House doxed? Did y'all see where the I can't see.
The White House doxed the U.S. service members?
Yeah. Like Delta Force and like hostage, like HRT guys.
Yeah, it's actually funny because Lucas retweeted that picture, excited, because apparently several of his products are in that photo.
Oh, really? Hold on.
Mm-hmm. So he
says. That close. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I think he says that 2 or 3 of the guys are wearing AC-1s. They're not wearing JPCs or AVSs. Which, I mean, if I was going to go minimalist plate carrier, or at least like a low vis, I probably would pick the AC-1 over the old school...
None of these are. These are all. I guess the one on the left could be. Like I see 1, 2, 3, 4 JPCs, but neither of the other 2 look like Lucas's. I don't know. Lucas can be kind of dumb sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. The silly Billy.
That silly guy. I was gonna try and real quick find the weekly meme. Oh yeah, here we go. Drop this in the Discord.
You guys want to see something funny too?
Go for it.
I can share this real quick myself.
How spicy is the memes?
So this is the group chat I'm in with
you could potentially be.
No. Anyone. Don't worry. It's the bank robbery chat that's closed out for most people. It's FM. And so this is where they do a lot of their announcements and stuff. Their shirt that they're running right now, the soft one, which is I'm scared of females. They're like, yeah, I'm soft. That's Travis Raids. The guy that infamously got in trouble because he said he was a Green Beret. And then apparently, I think, hung out a couple of times with Forward and some other groups, and everybody was fooled. And then someone hunted him down and found that his service record was a foil. And I guess someone sent this to FM. And so...
That's funny. That's funny, dude. Yeah, that guy's yeah. Hold on.
He was a meme for like a good I think 2 weeks from several like pages that I follow. It was everywhere for a good little bit. It was a good couple of laughs.
Here's the here's the meme I was referencing earlier. Commit war crimes and then play the victim, and it's Israel Hamas. Oh wait, I'm not even streaming.
Whoops.
To you guys. Oh, well, you can see the memes in the general chat. And then, breaking news, Tim Kennedy is on flight to Israel to make it worse. Ranger sniper qualified MMA green.
I hate him, dude. And, like, that's the thing, too, is if I was talking to several different dudes that have done battalion stuff that are in the FM chats, and they hate him, too. Every fucking Ranger hates him, it seems.
The only people that actually enjoy Tim Kennedy drink Black Rifle Coffee Company. Coffee.
And 9 times out of 10, they didn't do squirrel shit. They didn't do soft. No. They were like infantry guys that
they were
like
at best an 11 Bravo or a 19 Delta,
or are currently Natty Guard. Like Sean Pine is a couple guys that are like Tim Kennedy's pretty cool.
Yeah, shout out to my
Black Rifle Cocky Company.
Yeah.
Yep.
Forgotten by some, but not by me. My Black Rifle what's his name?
Matt
Best.
Best. Yeah, Matt Best helps run it, and I think even Brandon Herrera has stakes in the company now.
No, Brandon, you corporate shill. I mean, you've been a freaking
That-
bootlicker for a while now.
I mean, he's going
Ever
for
s-
Congress now too.
Yeah, he started sucking donut operators' dick.
Yep,
Bro,
I know, man. He's friends with all those guys.
I'm telling you, we need to make a tier list. I was thinking at first a pyramid, but let's make a tier list of all the cringe brovet and like gun tubers, and we're gonna rank them on a tier list from least cringe to most cringe.
Tier list, or if we do this on a Friday night for a special, or like, when is Halloween? It's on a Sunday this year, isn't it? Damn.
I won't
If we
be
do,
here.
unless. Okay, so what about that Friday? What if we
Oh
did
wait,
it on
actually,
Friday?
hold on. I guess I could be back. I don't know. I don't know if we'll actually have an episode this week. But literally this week, our sole episode could just be dragging pictures of all the cringe brovets and gun tubers onto a tier list.
I was gonna say, otherwise, make it a drinking game, and I will get hammered on camera, dude. And I get goofy.
Goofy. You'll have hot takes worse than Traven's.
I
Some
will say
complete
some
out-of-pocket
out of left
things.
field shit, dude. Like, it's hilarious. I'm
Yeah.
amazing when I'm drunk. Everybody loves me.
Yeah, that might
Who
be our
knows? He might
takeaway
talk
from
you into
this
buying
week.
a PSA rifle.
No, shut up.
No,
Here's I guess
no.
this is
The
my
one mistake I did when I was drunk was I bought a Ronin belt.
What's wrong
Why?
with the Ronin belts?
Because, well, just the fact that
Whoa.
yeah, I spent a lot of money on that, and it's a decent belt. It's just
I know,
there's
but
better
it's the
ones.
best bang for your buck. Like the
Yeah,
there's
way better
GBRS
ones.
has the good one. Has a good one. The Bison belt from Pharaoh.
The Goobers RS belt, the Assaulter
Goober-
belt. That's
Ooh.
what Slade calls them, dude. He calls them Goobers RS.
Really?
Dude, after all that shit happened, I don't blame him. And I don't know if he was, again, like,
It's still a good belt though.
he just reposted on Instagram a story of, like, I guess it was a promo. I don't know if it was for Goobers, but it's some other promo. And this guy has a magnifier placed way up on his rail. And he's like, that magnifier literally has a 2.5, like, eye relief. Why are you putting it that far up? He's like, what are we doing, dude?
Dude,
But,
I wish magnifier tech would just get better. That's a lot to ask, I know, but
Dude, so have you? Because I never knew this. Like I didn't know, but back in the GWAT like OG days, where like the raid mods were also going on, did you know they used to run ACOGs behind holographics to be like prism or magnifiers?
so I actually saw
What?
something like that, and I didn't know how real that was.
I just
I've seen
saw
that
9
post.
hole reviews talk about it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this
Quick
literally a
shout
thing?
out, the raid mods. Hit up our boy, Operator.
Yeah.
He's not here
my
today.
boy.
Yeah.
He's at Milsim West. He killed Blue Jean Operator. Whoa!
Crack him.
Yeah, he apparently Blue Jean Operator was very salty that he got smoked. So yeah. Shout out to Operator. Go get your raid mod shirts done. He's got some sick ones. And then
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
be at me, Blake, Sean, and Ian from Operator will all be at Iron Dagger with Third Coast at GTI not this weekend but the next weekend.
Is that
So-
in Georgia?
Or wait, how many weekends is that from now? Blake,
Yo.
when's GTI? That's the Iron Dagger's on the 10th through 12th, right?
3 weeks away.
Oh, 3 weekends from now we'll be there. So
It's yeah. So that's like Veterans Day weekend.
is it?
So it's some weekend because Christian from where you guys are at, he's coming down to see me with some friends, and
Oh, okay.
that'll be like the first person that comes see me. So I'm hoping on. going out to
Sorry.
the-
You live like 12
No.
hours away.
So he's bringing a bunch of his girlfriend and some of her. It's mostly her friends, so they all want to go down to what is it called? Broadway, which is like pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Country
Broadway
Clubs era.
sucks. It's like all anybody thinks that Nashville's good for
What?
when they come visit. Yeah, it's awful. It's
Broadway
literally
is not that bad. Broadway
is
is not that
awful.
bad. As a
um,
resident coast to coaster, Broadway is not that bad. I've seen worse. Have you been to Branson?
you're talking about here in
All right
Tennessee.
then. Branson, Missouri. But I'm saying, like, I'm comparing that to there, like, because it's the most closest thing to compare it to.
Okay, but do a
Broadway
bunch of
to
people
Tennessee-
go to
Broadway's not that
Branson to
bad.
watch a bunch of country artists and go to bars?
Yes.
That sounds
Yes.
disgusting.
I've never even heard of Branson. Anyway,
Branson is not bad. It's got the
Broadway's pretty
part,
rough. It's mostly tourists, so they want to go down there, I think, for a night. So I'm going to be their chauffeur with the Durango, and so we're going to be doing that. I really don't want to, but it is
Oh,
what it
speaking
is.
on the Durango, have you done anything to it yet?
Just small cosmetic stuff. I had to silicone all of my rear lights because
They leak.
I guess that Dodge decided they weren't going to seal them at all. So the LEDs, which the light bar in the back is like $1,500 alone, and they don't even
That's
make those
gross.
waterproof or sealed. So I got to it just in time. The only LED that's blown out is my bottom left or bottom right of my left light. And it's only a small little piece of it, so everything else is solidified. It's going to last me a couple of years at least until I
Hey,
decide
I just want you to know. I just want you to know before you even go in there. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit you with the "I told you so."
That's fair.
Nah, it's still a solid car. It's been doing really good.
It looks
so
great.
far, it does look good.
It runs
They
really
do
well.
look
too.
good.
I
I will
might
say that
supercharge it.
Dodge's car designers are fucking amazing. They make some cars that you can actually feel proud of getting in until they start breaking down.
Yep, I know.
Big oof.
But at least Mopar parts are pretty much everywhere.
Fair enough.
You know how many chargers are in my neighborhood alone? Like 6 of them, dude. Anytime, like if there's that many people in a low class area living with chargers, I could probably go to
Oh
any
my God.
junkyard and be like, hey, I got to rip this part out. I'm just
Hot
saying.
take.
All right.
Hot take.
Wait. Doesn't the Durango share the charger platform?
Yeah, all of them are universal.
Oh,
That's
well
the
then shit.
charger and
Well,
everything. So that's what Mopar did. That's why I went with it. I can go and find any other part from Durango's chargers to Challengers too, I think, depending. Mostly
Yeah,
interiors.
from like what, 08?
17
like-
or 3rd gen. So that's 14 to 15 and up, I think, right currently.
No, I think it's even further back than that. I think it's like 05, 08-ish. Because that platform has been used for like couple fucking decades.
All I know is a bunch of their parts are interchangeable. So I was like, bet. That means open
Bet.
market for source parts. And I could probably go to any pull apart, and they're probably like, yeah, we just brought in 3 ones that some dude totaled because he got too drunk and drove his charger. We literally saw one the other day that was flipped and went through like 2 different people's mailboxes that were the full brick
God
mailboxes. He flipped his car. I don't know what he was doing, but it went through 2 brick
Sideshow.
mailboxes. So
He was
it's
out
like,
there spinning that shit. I bet he was a Hispanic guy. Sikimika.
I'll pay you $500 for that right now, and I'll take all the parts right now. I'll haul it off. Like, let me take care of this. Don't even call the police. You just take off. I'll just tell them that I'm here to take the car away.
Oh, boys, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I got to
getting
go put
tired.
away all these
see-
groceries that we just got delivered. So
Fair enough. What's our takeaway this week?
Instacart.
our takeaway is fuck the state. Do what you want to do. As long as you don't tell people about doing it, you'll be fine. All right, OPSEC.
I'm here for that one. F the feds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fuck the state.
I got one for you. That
D-
girl
don't-
hitting you up on Instagram, asking you about your kitten shit and how you got everything. You're talking to a dude. That's not a chick, bro.
It's a psyop. It's like Haley Lejeune of the ATF. A psyop.
It's a psyop,
Yeah.
dude.
Her name be Tammy, but I honestly tell you, his name's Tommy.
All right, boys, that'll do it. Y'all, anyone else have anything to add? I'm done. I'm tired, dude.
No, you guys are Gucci.
All right. We I don't know if we'll be back next week. We might. I'll be out of town. Might be back in time. We'll see. If not, we'll catch you guys coming up soon. Thanks for watching, guys.